In this video, we are going to learn a few different attachment techniques without using tape, staples, or glue. First one we are going to talk about is channels. So for channels, what you want to do is make sure first that you notice the channels in the side of the cardboard, which are the little open spaces that slide through the corrugated cardboard. So what you want to do first is take a pipe cleaner and just find the end to push in, leaving a little bit of that out. And then you are going to find the channels of another piece of board, align them, and press that in as well. And those should hold those two pieces in place. Okay, so that's one attachment. The next one we are going to talk about today is a slot. Okay, and a slot is something that holds in place two pieces of cardboard as well, but what you have to do is start with a pair of scissors. You take a pair of scissors on any edge where you want the opening. I cut a tiny line, but this line doesn't really leave a ton of room for anything to get into it, so I move my scissors over just slightly and I cut a line that's about the same length. And I notice that I've got a little extra here, so I'm going to pull that little bit of extra away, and now we can see an actual open in our board. That will allow for another piece of cardboard to slide in. Okay, if you do two slots, so if I cut another slot here and insert them, it's going to hold it even better. Okay, next one we are going to do is a fastener. Okay, also known as a brass fastener. So they look like this. They have a long two pieces at the end that can open. But what you want to do, fastener actually allows your cardboard pieces to move. So you need to make a hole first. And using a scissor to poke a hole in this class is not safe to do. We have tools that are safe to poke holes with. So one option is a hole punch, which you want to press at the very edge. Probably use two hands. So I have a hole here, but I don't need a hole through one material, I need it through two. So I'm going to press a hole into my other piece, but a pencil, friends, or a pen can also work to poke a hole through this type of cardboard. It's pretty light. So now what I need to do is put my fastener through both pieces, okay, both holes. And it then can move and twist, but to hold it in place so that it's actually attached, what I have to do is open up those prongs on the back of my brass fastener and lay them flat so that they are in place and this piece can move. Okay, the next technique that we are going to go over is called a wrap. You can use a lot of different materials to wrap, but I'm going to show in this video using some thread. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is cut a little bit of thread. And you want to make it long enough where you are able to wrap around the items that you are trying to hold in place. So I'm actually going to try to attach this popsicle stick to a piece of board. Okay, so let's say I want to hold these two together. I'm going to crisscross them like this, but I'm holding the materials that I want to attach in the place where I want them to be attached, and then I'm going to try to slide the end of that thread underneath my finger and pinch it and hold it in place while I take the loose end and I wrap it tightly around those materials that I want. Now I notice that this is starting to slide, so I'm actually going to try to switch the direction here, making kind of a crisscross pattern, okay, so that things are held in place. Now when you get to the end, if you let this go, it's all going to unravel. So what I like to do is take the end and tuck it under. So I'm kind of lifting up my pieces and pulling that and tuck it. Okay, so that should hold it in place. You can also tie a knot around if that helps as well. Okay, next we are going to learn about, we already did that one, the twist. Okay, so the twist is using pipe cleaners or any material that is flexible or bendable. Okay, so I have these two, and if I want to attach these materials, okay, maybe I want to make it longer, I put a little cross at the end of it and I hold it with my fingers, and whatever end it is that I want to twist, I then put my fingers at the edge and I start to wrap them or press them in opposite directions. Okay, if I wanted to twist all the way down, I could take the long end and twist those pieces, but it will connect your pipe cleaners. Okay, and that's an important one for this next one, which is called hinge. Hinge allows your pieces to open and close. So we have to get some holes in our pieces first. So let's say I wanted to connect these two to move kind of like a door. What I would have to do first is poke my holes. Okay, so again, you can use a hole punch, but you can also, okay, I might want to mark these so that I get them in the right spot. I want them aligned. Okay, so I can use a pencil to poke these holes as well. And notice I am poking the holes pretty close to the edge of the cardboard. If you put them too close to the center, you might not be able to reach, or it might not bend quite as well. Okay, and now I take a pipe cleaner or something again that's flexible. Okay, and I'm going to press it through one side, and then I'm going to wrap this around and press it through the next slide as well, that little hole. Okay, and now I have both of my ends sticking out. This is where that twist comes into place. Now if I twist it really tight, I don't think these are going to be able to bend, so I'm going to try to leave it a little loose at first, knowing that I can tighten it. Okay, so I twist, and there we have it. I have one of my hinges done, and this is still able to move. Okay, and these attachments will be able to help you without any tape, scissors, oops, sorry, not scissors, we need those still, so any tape, glue, or staples.